Hello everyone, Marsh W13 here with another hotel review, and this weekend we are back in Las Vegas at the Four Seasons Hotel, which is part of the Mandalay Bay complex, occupying the upper floor, somewhere around floor 35 to 40 or something like that. We are in a superior king room with a strip view, room 36117, 36117 to be exact. Let's check it out. So when you first enter the room, on your right is a closet of sorts. It's not for hanging your clothes. It is exclusively devoted to an ironing board. It does have a rack and also a rather large, nice looking umbrella with Four Seasons branding. You do have obviously an iron to accompany the ironing board with starch, which is something I'm not sure I've ever seen at a hotel before. I'm not sure if someone just accidentally left this behind or if this is standard. I don't recall such a bottle during my last visit at this hotel. Now, this weekend I am traveling with a full-size work laptop and quite a bit of miscellaneous electronics, and everything fits, albeit snugly, in this rather deep but also relatively tall and wide safe, which accepts a 4-digit code. And as you can see, there is actually quite a bit of room to spare. You have both cloth and it looks like plastic laundry bags and bag for your shoes, probably I'm assuming a shoehorn, maybe a lint remover, and a few other miscellaneous things. But basically we'll call this a butler's closet of sorts. And next we have a little island atop which sits a full-sized Keurig machine with some Green Mountain pods, K-cups, and some rather serious looking coffee cups. Probably some sort of weight censored snack bar. You have an assortment of candy bars and probably some more private label snack blends. A couple of glasses, a portable phone charger, and some bottled water. Interesting looking bottles. And it looks like we have some mineral water, I assume, in a can. Not familiar with that brand. And ice bucket with ice bag. Bottle opener for wine. And if we turn this key here, we have our mini bar, which is stocked fully with an assortment of soda, alcoholic energy drinks, non-alcoholic beverages and beers and wine, and of course a selection of liqueurs, looks like Tito's vodka, and some scotch. You can see this from the outside, and some morning recovery, probably some sort of energy beverage, which certainly would come in handy for some revelers here in Vegas. Now, as for the bathroom, looks pretty cool. Little closet here, water closet if you will. Just a toilet. No telephone, which is often a hallmark of Las Vegas hotels, but not this particular room. There is a hairdryer in a nice cloth bag with embossed with the Four Seasons logo. You got a scale and bath mat here with a lit vanity mirror. Always cool. Guessing you have some cotton swabs here and Q-tips L'Occitan en Provence, Amande, which is the almond scented bath amenities. Single basin here in our non-suite superior room. Regular tub, no jets, and 2 Four Seasons monogrammed bathrobes, and a relatively small but nonetheless regal looking shower. So it's kind of nice to have both a shower and a bath, separate entities here. Now exiting the bathroom, we have a similarly sized closet to the one that we saw to the right of the entryway when you walk in, but this one is the official clothing closet. Looks like there could be a lighting issue, but that seems to have stabilized. You can see there's a nice assortment of hangers and some wooden ones, some cloth ones, and they suit a whole range of purposes, but more importantly, there are plenty of them and there's a lot of space. I have a lot of Houston Sport tops here with me because I'm here partially to attend a Raiders game against the Houston Texans, and the Astros are also in the the American League Championship Series this week against the Yankees. Now we enter the main living space. There were a couple of fold-out luggage stands in the primary closet there, and I suppose that's good. Usually there's only one, particularly in a non-suite room like this one, but I guess this would be an accommodation of 2 people, each of whom carrying their own luggage. So I think that's really great. So I made use of one of them. And behold, the rest of the room, just beautiful. This bureau here in the center of the room with plenty of drawer space, which I've already begun to fill, is topped with this LG NanoCell TV. Looks like a maybe 50-something incher. Really, really nice, big, high-resolution TV, which is what you would expect from a top-notch 5-star luxury hotel like this one. You also have a working space, a desk with swivel chairs on both sides, which again is something you don't see in every single hotel. I think that's quite innovative. Even if you're here alone, you can kind of work, or you can maybe have a nice meal with a view of the Strip, which we'll see behind those curtains in a moment. Again, these are swivel chairs. I don't like the fact that they lack armrests, but depending on what activity you're engaged in, they're probably more than sufficient. You have your old-fashioned stationery, again imprinted with Four Seasons logo, Four Seasons pad, Four Seasons, very, very nice Four Seasons pin. And I believe this is a room service menu. Looks more like a fashion magazine, as you might expect, but this would be, and they do offer a traditional room service here, one of the final hotels in Vegas to deliver the food on a white tablecloth topped roller table, in-person white glove service. And just what you would expect, a very elegant sitting area with what looks like maybe a Four Seasons textured logo pillow, or at least with a nod to the Four Seasons logo, and some cool reading material. Four Seasons magazine. Four Seasons, of course, with only the nicest luxury hotels in locations across the world, and Vegas magazine of some sort. And side table here next to the bed. More drawer space. Phone, lamp, and what looks like a Google Home device, but in fact must be just a white noise generator. And I actually think that's a really good idea, because most people, let's face it, don't use the radio clocks any longer. They bring their own device, but having a device that is dedicated in place of the clock radio to noise reduction in a place like Las Vegas, which at times, depending on where you're located on the Strip and which side of the hotel you're on, because we're on the Strip side, which carries its own sort of noise risk, but just on the other side of this hallway are rooms that overlook one of the liveliest and most extravagant pool areas in all of Las Vegas, with several pool club areas that I'm sure can generate noise at all times of the day and night. But here on the slightly quieter side of the hotel, we are enjoying the peace and quiet for now. And I think at a five-star hotel, what tends to distinguish it most from other hotels in the Strip is the quality of the bedding. And having stayed in this hotel before, I am certain that this is going to be a spectacularly firm but luxuriously soft at the same time mattress, and indeed it is. And just check out the size of these pillows. You can also tell this is an extremely high thread count set of sheets here, and the training it must take for someone, I know it would take me probably months to learn how to make a bed this impeccably, this efficiently. So let's head to the window and check out the view. I don't believe that these curtains are automated, not motorized, unlike other hotels in the Strip, but just check out this view. Although this is the sort of quieter end of the Strip, and we're quite a walk, as you can see, away from what I would call Middle Strip, which would be approximately where the Eiffel Tower is. That's right across from the Bellagio and the Cosmopolitan adjacent to City Center. We are, goodness knows, at least a mile away. But the views down the Strip when you're at one end are just spectacular. And trust me, this would be beautiful at night. There is a tram that will take you from the station here at the foot of the Mandalay Bay, which is the building in which we currently reside. We're just on an upper floor that is branded as part of the Four Seasons, but you can take this tram all the way past the Luxor and to the Excalibur, at which point you can simply cross a sky bridge to the New York. And at that point, you're basically a stone's throw away from the Park MGM, formerly known as the Monte Carlo, which means you're basically at City Center. The other thing I like about this view here at this end of the Strip is that you have a great view of the operations at Harry Reid Airport, formerly known as McCarran, recently renamed for the late senator. And you have an excellent view of the operations for Janet Air. I'm actually wearing a Janet Air t-shirt at the moment. It is the secretive airline, government contract airline. You can see they have a fleet of 737s, very plainly painted in a white livery with a red stripe, and you can see one of the aircraft is coming in right now. And they leave early in the morning for Area 51 and then return to Harry Reid in the evening. That occurs every single weekday, and then on the weekends they just stay parked. So what do I think overall? I guess I would say that despite lacking some of the extravagance and excess of a suite, this is a beautiful room, perfectly located if you're attending an event on this side of the strip, which includes a Las Vegas Raiders game, which I'll be attending here in a couple of days. And the Four Seasons is just so discreet, quiet, but at the same time attached to a wonderful MGM resort, the Mandalay Bay. The staff is friendly, the food is great, and this room, in my opinion, is the ideal size and with the ideal amenities to suit a single person or maybe a couple. So, with that said, thank you for joining me on this review. Leave a comment on your impressions of this room or if you've stayed at this hotel. And happy and safe travels. Until next time, Marsh W13 out.